guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to give you my first layout update. This is the progress that I've been working on for this whole thing. This is what I have so far. Now none of it is fully done. We are just at the beginning stages, but this is what it looks like. I was just having a little bit of fun with the trains, and so I built my own trains from the cars I have, or the ones I want to, or the ones I had out. So, yep. I scratch built every house and any building that's here. I scratch built the old windmill that used to sit next to the Isabella grade crossing. Oops. The blades can spin. Yep. Now none of this is permanently attached. The majority of the structures are all just hanging out there. I custom built my own transmission tower. It looks a lot like the one that sits down there. And yes, I did make my own East Villa. So this is my rail painting spot. But instead of Oak Farm being where it should be, I put one of the industrial buildings, because Oak Farm is a little bit too hard to scratch build. It's too big. And as well, here's my scratch built mini tornado siren in N scale. This is all N scale. I also scratch built the track signals here, so you can get a good shot of that. I bought these crossing gates off of Etsy, and they look extremely nice. I just glued them onto like chopsticks or whatnot, or bits of a chopstick. They're pretty much bigger than the normal toothpicks, and I stuck them down in there. Again, none of these are actually attached. I undid the glue and I actually just stuffed in a piece of double-sided tape so the gates can move up and down. I also did all the pavement markings I was supposed to do. I have some decals of signs, but I kept the decals on and I just did my own thing. Yep. Also, I did the milepost sign for East Villa. Now, I do have all the bungalows and switch heaters and stuff, or at least the ones for this side for East Villa. I still have to do the ones for up there at West Garrett, and I'll get onto that pretty soon here. Yep. I have one of the culverts here for yard ditch. Yeah, it's not fully complete. I still have the bottom stuff to do. Now, what I'm hoping to do is when I actually get this all in place and put down some dirt, I'm hoping to actually cover up those holes with some dirt and paint it brown down there, so that way, you know, you can't really look down and see like, oh hey, there's still stuff down there, and it will all blend in. Yep. I'm using N-scale Kato Unitrack, and I really do like it. The rails are nice and smooth. I can get a certain radius, and for me, it's very nice. I also I have two private crossing signs, one here and the other one right there. But pretty much all this stuff is like just foam stuff. It's not really styrofoam, it's just foam. So I have that farm crossing. There is in real life actually another farm crossing right here, but I decided not to add that in because just there's too many crossings all in one place. But I did add this other one here. So yeah, this one is kind of on the this one's kind of on the straight track piece here, so it looks nice. I'm a bit hungry, so don't mind me gurgling. So, yep, I'm supposed to have a forest here. Now I will say, when I did paint the two sections, they were separate. I do have this green line, so I will be painting this brown area here and this brown area here. I gotta fix those areas and then it should all blend in, just like how the road is down there. So, yep, there's gonna be a forest all within here, where this green, where the green is, that's supposed to be forest. Now, I do have the transmission tower here. There's supposed to be another one right here, and there will be either 2 poles or another one of these towers is right here, and there will be a substation. Yep. I also scratch built the track signals here. I still have yet to build the relay bungalows and the switch heaters that are supposed to go in there. Move around, I won't break anything. Here's Kato 3's underpass. It's a bit bigger than normal because it's not a 1-lane bridge, it's actually 2 lanes. I also have Little Cedar Creek's bridge. It's hard to tell, but yeah, there is girders right beneath here. So yeah, hang on. Maybe I can actually, there you are. You can see it. You can see the girders, and I did try to put some strips of cardstock in there, so that way that could work. Yep. Like I said, I did scratch all the track signals. I also did the mighty 4-track signal bridge, which took a long time to make. It took about a week. Again, none of these things are permanently down, because I can just take this and just up like this, and then what to do. I can show you pretty much all I got. Now, this is not exact to how the real prototype is. Actually, it's a little bit undersized, but for me, it's okay. So, yep. Now, you may have noticed there's no switch tracks here or here. The reason why is because I just haven't gotten them just yet. I'm hoping to get 3 more switches. 2 will be left hands and 1 will be a right hand. Yep. Also, with this empty green plot, I'm hoping to see if I can build a small house, like a small old farmhouse or whatnot. I did look through Altona, and I may build one of the houses there. Altona is just next to Garrett. It's actually the small town just west of Garrett. I also did make it so there was like this nice little thing that would go into the farmland here, and the little driveway up to the railroad tracks for maintenance for the bungalows and the signals and stuff. And I did the same thing pretty much on this side as well, but it won't be till the next section that I will actually have like the farm crossings for access roads to get here. Also, when I put in the piling or whatnot, when I had to put in the retaining wall here, it actually is longer than the other side because I had to have enough room for the 2 switch heaters to sit here. Again, I don't got the switch heaters done for this one. I had them for East Avila, but not for West Garrett. So, yep. Now, you may notice that's the yard ditch over there, and then this is Little Cedar Creek. How I have it is the ditch will come down and will actually get bigger as it goes on. It'll go right beneath here. I still gotta carve this out and put in another bridge, kind of like those down there, and then it just becomes a Little Cedar Creek, and then it just goes on. And yes, I will be having the poles. I'm hoping to do like the old wood poles that used to be here. They'll go all the way up to the substation. Then I'll have tall silver poles that will actually come out at pretty much the same place, and will come down the road. So, yep. Now, in real life, just down Limper Road, there is a substation there. So, even though the transmission towers don't really go to it, it is there. So, I wanted to kind of add that detail. And also, this house, especially for the guys who are going down to East Avila now, or even watch my videos, that house is not there. That house was there back in 2016, but unfortunately it got burned down by Oak Farm, and now they're building like a stadium over there or whatnot. So all this farmland is no longer there. But on Google Street View, you can go by and you can actually see the old transformer that used to like sit here. The old electrical transformer for it. But yeah. Also, I still have yet to do all the telephone poles. I want to do new ones for the crossing, and especially over yonder with those. I want to build that all up. So, yeah, there's still a lot more to do, but this is what I got so far. Can't wait to finish it, especially getting like the newer grass down there and then getting all the trees in. Getting the last building built and then just be able to get it all done. Now this building here is not wired. Now this one does look recognizable for the siren enthusiasts because this is the building that's next to the STL-10 tornado siren in a villa. So I decided to scratch build that and put it in. It's not 100% accurate, but it's the best I got. I may go back and redo it. But it is not a light up structure, unfortunately, unlike this building and this building. But yep, this building is not. And this building technically could be, but it's not. A little shed and stuff. Yep. It's got one more house to build. Gotta buy a substation. I'm thinking about the substation from Woodland Scenics. And yeah. So that's all I got so far for the N-scale layout. I'm very happy with it. Also, for those wondering, the line in the middle, these are actually just two sections. They're all supposed to be a part of one diorama. Here's the track plan. So, this diorama here is actually all a part of diorama A. So, this is how that is, and then what we do, we have this from there to there. So that's how that one is, and then we have the next section. This is technically, the whole size is like 47.5 by 45.5. It's actually supposed to be a 4 foot by 4 foot section, but it's still got the job done, and plus the tracks are in the same place where they would be if it was a 4 foot by 4 foot. The next section is going to be a little bit more interesting with Context, New 3. I have Auburn Junction right here because this is all supposed to loop around. Garrett Yard is on the top. I have this industry here. It's supposed to be based off of like Ricky's or whatnot. And I have a couple other houses, and these buildings are already built. This one just needs to be painted. Well, this one needs to be built. That one's already built and stuff. I gotta build these and whatever other houses may be within the region. Yep. And then up here where the Garrett Y is, I gotta build whatever other houses are there. And then I got the yard office to build. Actually, over here, this was the modified version. Because this one had it come down here. I didn't really like that, so I actually did some other stuff. Because this actually would have curved like this. I decided to just keep it like this, where it just went straight and stuff. Yes, I have the Amtrak station there. And yeah, I have the grain elevator, the Lutheran church. Over here, I have Auburn Alliance Church. This church is in a villa. This one is over in Auburn. Decided to add some churches to my layout. TA services. I'm thinking about maybe building another house there. I have two houses here, storage units. I-69, which all just comes into one place and it just goes off. It's supposed to be like that just because, but at the same time, it's supposed to be going from like a villa to Auburn. The whole layout is based off of what it was like when I grew up from my place, or seeing my crossing whenever I would leave my home, and the rest of the way going all the way to my church over in Auburn. And it's still the same way. It's still pretty much the same way today, even after the church movable in 2017. I went to a different church. But yeah, that's the plan here, and so this section is what it is, and then I have built this whole thing, and then the next section is going to be a lot longer. With these two together, this will be 10 foot, same with this. This will be pretty much like another 4-foot section. This is a 6-foot section. This is just a 4-foot section. Technically, this is like a 1 foot by 2 foot. Or actually, no, that's a 2 foot by 4 foot. But yeah, that's what I got so far, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching.